It would probably be some time before we know how the court decides this case. However, this is what I've gleaned from the oral arguments. First, I'm with the United States on the fundamental question of universal or nationwide injunctions. After all, when Congress created the district courts, they put them in limited districts for a reason. Do we really want unelected judges effectively setting national policy through their injunctions? After all, forum shopping will continue to allow petitioners to seek out friendly judges to aid their causes, especially when those judges are issuing injunctions long before the merits of the case are heard. Then there's the question of judicial hubris. First, we have Mr. Feigenbaum, who seems to think the Supreme Court supersedes the Constitution.
And I don't see how you could have a stronger merit showing than we have here. 127 years of Supreme Court precedent, over a century of executive practice, and congressional statutes that codified both into law in 1940 and 1952.
After all, who can blame him? Law schools apparently don't teach the Constitution anymore. And Justice Sotomayor reinforced this lie.
No, we don't, because the argument here is that the president is violating not just one, but by my count, 4 established Supreme Court precedents. We have the one ARC case where we said fealty to a foreign sovereign doesn't defeat your entitlement, your parents' fealty to a foreign sovereign doesn't defeat your entitlement to citizenship as a child. We have another case where we said that even if your parents are here illegally, if you're born here, you're a citizen. We have yet another case that says even if your parents came here and were stopped at the border, but you were born in our territory, you're still a citizen. And we have another case that says even if your parents secured citizenship illegally, you're still a citizen. So as far as I see it, this order violates 4 Supreme Court precedents.
Again, Justice Sotomayor seems to ignore the fact that the Wong Kim Ark case directly violates the Constitution of the United States. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the height of judicial hubris. Now, where does all this leave us? Well, it certainly isn't an answer to the question of birthright citizenship. I doubt we'll get a satisfying answer to the question of nationwide or universal injunctions. At best, I expect the court to find a way to come up with a very limited decision that focuses on the facts of this case. I could be wrong, but somehow I don't expect this court to establish the nationwide precedent either party really wants.